Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we are back in Value Village. This was actually my first time out thrifting since before Christmas, so it was my first time here in almost 2 months. And I filmed this on the same day as the Salvation Army video, which is my last video, so I was very excited to get back to Value Village just because it's so big and they have so much stuff. I really enjoy looking in here. So the first section when you walk in is all the like art and stuff. I feel like it's been a really long time since I found anything really unique in this kind of section. But I used to see like retro stuff all the time, but I didn't actually buy that much of it at the time, but now I feel like maybe I should have because I don't really see older stuff that much. A lot of times it just looks like junk if I'm being 100% honest, but I hadn't been here in almost 2 months, so I figured it was worth looking through. You never know, you might find a gem. I definitely did not find a gem on this day. I did kind of like this mirror, however. I think I probably went on top of a dresser. I have slanted ceilings in my upstairs, so we can't really have anything like that, but I did like that, but it's probably not that old. It might have been like 80s or 90s. And then I do always like looking at the furniture, which is kind of the next section. I've been seeing a lot of these old style TV stands lately. I guess they really have become obsolete because it's not like a flat screen TV would fit in there because they're just too wide. I did notice a set of the vintage TV trays, which we already have a set, although our stand broke. Maybe I'll talk about this another time. This devastating thing happened where a bunch of vintage things broke, and in the process, they broke the stand. I don't know, it's still like painful, like I was crying. Anyway, so I think I will try to look for a new stand at some point, but this one didn't have a stand. I love looking at the lighting too. Sometimes you see cool vintage lighting. Now that first piece, some of you might remember, but they had a nearly identical one at the Salvation Army for a long time, and I talked about how much I loved it, and then it sold, so I couldn't get it, but I do still really like it, and I'm still thinking about maybe getting one. I've also been seeing a ton of these like old style computer desks lately, and I want an old style computer so bad. It gives me so much nostalgia. But I don't even know like if that would even work anymore. I don't know, but I just think it would be a cool thing to have. So I got really excited when I rounded the corner and I saw all these VHS holders, because all I could think is somebody donated a bunch of VHS. That's usually the last thing that I look at is media. And I usually don't film it because it's just like I need like both hands to look through everything. So I got really excited thinking, oh, I hope someone donated a bunch of VHS. I also really love these old sewing desks. I just love how it like folds down, but I do actually really like my vintage sewing machine that I have, which doesn't really, I don't think it would be able to go on a table like that. I noticed this massive microwave, and then I realized, oh, okay, this is one of the ones that go above your stove but like attaches to the counter. It's probably actually a convection oven as well as a microwave, just judging by the size of it, but I feel like the size doesn't even truly come across on the camera compared to in person. I love looking in the electronics section too, because I love seeing like old electronics. Like that webcam is probably late 90s, early 2000s. So I keep seeing a bunch of kind of old computer stuff as well. So I could just collect a whole bunch of it. But the one thing that I never see is like the actual monitors, those old style like tube monitor looking monitors. this like upright stereo. It definitely gives me a very early 2000s vibe, which I guess is over 20 years now. It's like a reproduction telephone. They did have an aisle filled with Christmas stuff, but I just skipped that one because there was some people in it, and I figured I'd go back to it, but I never did go back to it. But when I got to this aisle with the knickknacks, that's when I really started to notice, wow, the shelves are pretty empty. Like I said, it had been my first time there since probably early December. But I couldn't actually believe how empty they were. I figured there would be a lot of stuff because a lot of people clean out like during January, start the new year, want to get rid of a bunch of stuff. But it was actually, a lot of the shelves were pretty sparse in comparison to how they usually are. So when I filmed this, it was before Valentine's Day, so I was hoping that they would have some Valentine's stuff, but they didn't really have much of anything, but they were putting kind of red items, or I guess things that could be Valentine's but aren't necessarily. So I was thinking about getting that vase, but I ended up not getting it. And I love these. I think these do make good Valentine's decor, but I already have a whole bunch of them. It's usually what I put out for Valentine's, but I didn't bother doing anything. I didn't bother doing anything this year because I didn't feel like I had enough stuff, and I didn't want to just buy random stuff that I wasn't that into. I filmed at a bunch of different thrift stores on this particular day though, and I did film a Valentine's thrift with me, where I did film all the Valentine's stuff from different thrift stores, and I posted that last week if you missed it. I really liked this vase a lot, but it was more than I wanted to pay for it, and I also couldn't exactly think of where I would put it in the house, so I did end up just leaving it. I'm not sure why I looked inside, but I don't remember doing that until I was watching the footage. I'm like, what was I looking for? And then I ran into John, and he had a gift for me, the book in his hand, which I'll show you at the end of the video. He was so sweet. He's like, now if I was by myself and I found this, I would have bought it for you and just saved it for a Christmas gift. Because we like to give each other a lot of just secondhand, like thrifted things. He's like, but since you're here, you're going to see it. So I'll just give it to you now. So it's actually so amazing. I'll show you at the end. I already have one of these, but I love these little mail catchers that you hang on the wall. These give me like the ultimate 70s and 80s vibe. I always end up seeing a lot of things in the wooden section that I'm not sure like what they even are. I was hoping I might find a cute Valentine's mug, but I did not. I did see a few mugs that I liked, but now, I don't know if anyone else remembers, but for years and years and years, all mugs at Value Village used to just be $2, which $2 is a reasonable price for a mug. Maybe it might, I don't know. Some people, I guess, could argue like that it's a secondhand mug, so it shouldn't be that much. But to me, $2 is not that much for a mug if you like it. But now all of the like plain mugs are still $2, but anything that's like even the least bit different or special is like between $6 and $10. And I just feel like $6 is too much. It would have to be something incredible for me to want to pay that much for a used mug. But I did see this Enesco mug from the 90s, so I put that in my cart for John to look up. Because since I'm filming on my phone, I'd have to like stop filming to stop and look stuff up. So usually I just put stuff aside and John looks it up. He did look it up and he didn't think it was worth getting to resell. I actually did really like these striped mugs. There was 2 green ones and then I ended up seeing I think 3 or 4 red stripes, and I thought, oh, those would be actually really cute for Christmas. It's kind of like candy cane striped, but I didn't end up getting them. While I'm out filming, I'm also in the middle of decluttering my kitchen, and I have a lot of mugs, so that was on my brain while I was out thrifting, is like how much stuff I already had in the kitchen, so it was definitely a deterrent. And of course, the geese had to make an appearance. I feel like it's not a thrift video of mine if the geese aren't making an appearance. Overall, I was pretty unimpressed with the glassware selection today. It was just a lot of plain things, but John was here with me at this point, I think. We were just going through these ones to see if there was anything unique that might be worth picking up to sell. I did find this mug that was shaped like a boot, and I can't see the writing on it. It's too small, but I did get him to look that up, but it must not have been worth anything because I don't remember us buying it. I am looking for like very specific glasses or mugs. I've been looking for a long time and I don't understand why I haven't found any yet, because I should be able to find them. I don't want to say exactly what they are though, because they would they have like something personal on them that would, I don't know, just like for privacy reasons, I guess, for like where I live. But yeah, I've thought it would be easy to find them for a long time, but I just haven't come across them and it's driving me crazy. So that's why I was looking so hard through all of that. I noticed they had another A&W mug, but then I noticed this Hires one. And I think I might have seen one of these before, but then it got me thinking, do they even still make that anymore? I feel like if they do, it's not in Canada, but I feel like it was in Canada when I was a kid because it's very familiar to me, but I don't know. I thought this creamer was adorable, and if they would have had the sugar bowl to match it, I probably would have bought it to resell in my Etsy shop, but I didn't see one, so I just ended up leaving it there. I figured it would be a lot harder to sell if it didn't have like the sugar bowl to go with it, but typically those types of things sell pretty well for me, so I am usually always on the hunt for cute ones, but I know I have quite a few that I haven't like photographed and listed yet, so I'm also like not buying that much stuff to resell because I have a bunch of stuff I still have to photograph, and for some reason I just really have to be in the right mood to do that, and I just haven't been in the mood to do it for a couple months at least. I don't think I've seen this Corel pattern before, not that I can remember anyway. This looks very 90s to me though, with the florals and the blue. Maybe 80s, but it has more of a 90s feel to me. I wish that they printed the name of the patterns on the back of the dishes. It would be so much easier because I feel like I only know probably a handful of pattern names because there's so many patterns and they don't actually like mark them with the names. I like it though. A lot of times you guys will let me know in the comments if you know the name of the pattern. So I guess I have learned some of them from you guys, but there's just so many patterns. It would be hard to know them all, I guess. So I wasn't all that impressed, and then I noticed these glasses or these mugs down here, and I just thought these look really unique. And it's very unique. I don't even quite know how to explain it. It's almost like they're hand painted, and maybe they are hand painted, but then it's almost like this thick, clear coating over top. I don't know, they just looked very unique, very different. So I thought there was 3 of them. I thought, I should probably just put these in the cart and have John look these up. I think they were marked England on the bottom, if I'm remembering correctly. So I thought, yeah, I should probably just put these to the side. These might be something. Like, they seem very unique. Haven't seen anything like it before. So we did end up getting those to resell, but I don't know if they're posted yet or not. But apparently there's a bunch of different, it was like all different fruits on those, but apparently there's a bunch of different ones with different fruits. So I think John said he didn't see those exact fruits, but he did see other fruits. Like, I think he saw one with cherries on it. Okay, so then I saw these and I was completely obsessed with them. And then I picked up the plate. I didn't realize that mug was on top of the plate and it fell down. It did not break though. But I love these. They have these little cutout hearts all the way around, like so beautiful. I wanted these so bad, but I knew that I didn't need them, and I definitely didn't need that many. I think if it would have been like you could buy a teacup and a saucer by itself for a price, I might have gotten like one or two, but I didn't feel like buying all of this. But I just thought it was so beautiful. I'm not sure when it's from or whatever. I don't even know if I looked at the back, but I just thought it's really beautiful, and I have definitely never seen those before. So then on the end here, they had another set of Corelle. I actually wish that the Corelle mugs were still that style that came with it. Like I bought a Corelle set like last year, I think. And the mugs that came with it are just totally different looking. You'll probably see them in my kitchen clean out. I saw this. I thought this was Starbucks, but it's not. This reminds me of a Starbucks cup that, I don't know, it's probably like 2010 or something. But it had like a tutu on it, and I loved it back then. And I always think that if I find it thrifting, I'd probably get it just for nostalgia. Like I'd probably just use it to hold pens or something, and not actually use it, because I think it would be pretty impractical with this like cloth tutu on it. But I just loved it back then so much. It also wouldn't be a thrift with me video of mine if it didn't have the as seen on TV product. I honestly have come to the conclusion that almost all of these as seen on TV products are usually involve eggs or potatoes or bacon. Like those seem to be the three common things, but especially eggs. Eggs is like the number one thing, which I find interesting just because it's like, it's just an egg. Like how many different products do you need to cook an egg? Like especially when it's so easy to just cook an egg without any additional like product. I also love looking in the like thermos kind of area. I saw this Columbia thermos, which looks 90s to me. You've probably seen that meme, but it's like official colors of the 90s. It's that color purple and then like a teal color, which is a little bit lighter than the teal on there. So I said to John, we should definitely look that up in case that's worth something. We didn't end up getting it, so I'm guessing not. But I saw two Tim Hortons thermoses here that looked like they were from the 90s or the 80s. So yeah, here they are here. So I picked up the one and gave it to John to look up, and then he was looking it up and I was like, oh, actually there's another one here, and he's like, yeah, well, let's get them both. And they sold so fast. Like I feel like it was less than a week and they sold. The same person bought both of them, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they actually were from England, so it was actually quite a bit to like for shipping cost, but yeah, it was a nice flip. Very like easy, fast money. John has his own YouTube channel where he discusses all this. Like it's like for reselling, so he goes into all this kind of detail. I know that some of you are subscribed over there too, but I thought I would just mention again in case anyone is interested in that kind of stuff. And he actually just like started a podcast with someone, so he's like very excited, and yeah, he just loves it. I mainly love looking through the plastic section because I love seeing the old Tupperware. And I saw these, I think they're called Modular Mates, if I'm not mistaken. And I've been like honestly thinking about getting Tupperware. It's like pretty pricey, but I feel like it lasts forever. And I don't know if it's like I'm feeling nostalgia, or I've been cleaning out the kitchen too, and I'm thinking they might work well in the pantry. I don't know, but I'm really jealous because I think in the US at Target, you guys can buy Tupperware like in Target now. And it makes me wish that we had Targets, because I would probably go and just buy it there because it's probably cheaper, I'm assuming, than buying it. Like, I think now you can just go online and just buy it directly from the website. I don't think you need to have a representative or something, but I don't know, I'm feeling nostalgic for it though. The other thing that I really have been thinking about a lot is, I'm sure some of you remember, it was like a square container that you put pickles in, and then you could like lift up the thing so the juice would be at the bottom. I've been like, I'm like, I bet you they still sell that, and I kind of want one. I don't know what they were thinking, like the person who named this and like the picture on it, but this had me cracking up. And then I showed John and he was like, how did that pass like any kind of, like focus group and stuff? Like, how did nobody think this is not a great idea? And then here we have another as seen on TV product, to peel eggs. Like, I'm sorry, but peeling eggs is not that difficult. I used to work in a deli and I would have to boil and peel like probably 24 eggs every couple days, and it did not take me that long to do that. I feel like it would take way more time messing around with some machine, like putting the eggs in and out. I don't know, it's weird. I thought this little foldable barbecue set was so cute. It looks like it's probably maybe 70s or 80s, but I thought it was cute. Part of me thinks maybe I should have got that to resell, but I ended up just leaving it there. I think this goes over your like KitchenAid stand mixer to like keep it from splashing at the side. I always feel excited to look at the pots to see maybe some vintage ones, but I feel like I almost never see them anymore. And then I feel like the bakeware, like casserole section was kind of the same. I did see this one. It's always so hard to see the marking on the bottom because the lights are so strong in there, so I can't make it out from here. But this might be like foreign Pyrex maybe, which is pretty, but I don't know, $9. I've been a thrifter for a really long time, so I remember when you could just find Pyrex for like $2 or $3 and like crazy stuff that sells for a lot now. Same with like jadeite. I remember I would see jadeite everywhere all the time, and now like I personally never see it unless it's in an antique store, and it's really expensive. Like we're talking like $30 for one teacup. I've been seeing this style lately a lot with the baskets, and I love it. I wish that I would have seen them when I bought mine, but mine don't have a handle on them, so I don't know if they would work so well in baskets like that, but I do think it's really cute because usually I have to use a pot holder or something if I put it on the table. I love the appliance section too, just because I love seeing retro appliances. Earlier in when we went in my last video to Salvation Army, we saw a couple vintage appliances that were really cool. Again, another mechanism for making eggs. I guess this one makes a little more sense. You make like egg bites in it, but I don't know. I think it would be like a lot to have a whole machine just for making egg bites unless you ate them a lot. I don't know. I was thrilled to see this. We actually had one of these when I was growing up. In fact, I would not be surprised if my dad still has it. But my dad would make fried rice in this a lot when I was a kid. My dad would make like elaborate Chinese food from scratch, and it was so good. And I think that we had this exact one, or it possibly, the lid could have been like harvest gold color, but it had that exact same pattern on the top and the little steam release. And I was actually surprised how good it looked inside compared to a lot of them that I see. I saw this blender, that vintage Sunbeam blender. It looks a lot like mine, but mine's not a Sunbeam. And then I saw this is an air fryer. I feel like this might have been like the beginnings of air fryers. They looked like this. I gave one to my dad one year for Christmas, actually, and that's what I would always think of when I would think of air fryers. It's like, I don't want this huge thing like that. So I've been seeing a lot of those kind of, like, I call them disc versions, probably because a lot of people have been switching to the basket version, which is much better in my opinion. See another one down at the very bottom shelf there, but I remember the instructions to that one saying to add oil to it, so that's another reason that I thought you had to add oil to an air fryer, until you guys actually, quite a few of you let me know that you have an air fryer and you don't add oil to it. So I was very happy about that because we ended up getting an air fryer and are obsessed with it. So then lastly, I just looked at the media, but like I said, I didn't film that. So now I'll show you what I ended up getting. I actually usually never film when I look at the linens either. I think I just forget, because I guess I do that last because it's closer to the cash. But maybe I'll start trying to remember to do that. But I found this vintage pillowcase, which I was excited about, and it looked really familiar. And I realized that I had a sheet, and if you watched my laundry room tour, I cut that sheet to make those curtains in the laundry room, and I made that little curtain around the sink. So it matches that. So I ended up getting that. Pillowcases are only $2, which I think is pretty reasonable. And then, like I said, I did end up getting those mugs. You can kind of get a better look at them here than in the store. I think they're really pretty, but not like my style. But I thought they looked unique enough that they might be, desirable by other people. And then, so this is the book that I got. So it's a Frank Sinatra book, that his daughter wrote, and it's not just like I have a bunch of autobiography books on Frank, but this one's like a lot more detailed and has a bunch of photos. It's almost like a yearbook of his life, kind of. I've only skimmed through it, but I just think it's a really cool piece to have, and there's like so many photos in it. I just think it's amazing. And the fact that it's his daughter, so you know that it's like a lot of people have written books about Frank that are not necessarily 100% accurate. So I did find a couple of VHS. The Blue Skies movie with Fred Astaire and Bing Crosby was so good. We already watched it. We love the movie Holiday Inn, which they were both in together as well. So they're just really great together. So I was very excited to find that. And then I found another classic movie as well. And then I found this movie. I actually own this book, but I haven't read it yet. But I heard it was really good. So when I saw them DVD, I thought, oh, we should get that because I bet you it's good. And I found a Turner Classic Movies box set, and I think that I do actually have all of these on VHS though, so I might just resell it. It's still sealed, not even opened from Blockbuster. I think I have a couple more of this type of Turner Classic Movie set. And then I also found this box set with Frank and Jean's movies, which I love so much. They're so good. I like Take Me Out to the Ball Game was one of my like comfort movies. I've seen it so many times. It used to be on YouTube, like someone just uploaded it. I don't know if it still is or not. I ended up buying it from Apple at some point. It was like on sale, I think. But yeah, I just love it. And then they had a bunch of seasons of Sopranos, and I knew that we needed a couple still. So John has like a list on his phone. So we did not have season 6 part 2, and I am dying to watch Sopranos again. I was telling John, like, I want to watch it again right now. I keep seeing so much stuff about Sopranos because it's the 25-year anniversary this year. And but we did watch the whole thing again, like not that long ago, but it's just so good. It's my favorite show for sure. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was kind of a longer video, but thank you so much if you're still here. And I think I'm going to upload another video on Tuesday because I filmed so many thrift with me's at different stores during the same like weekend. So I think I'm going to upload an extra video on Tuesday, and then probably like my regular Thursday and Sunday videos. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon.